Approaching the Didact ship in 200 kilometers. Once we get on board, we'll find the bridge.
He's on the move again.
The fighter's shields aren't rated for slip space.
No, but the Didacts are.
Broadsword's hull integrity is stable. We'll be safe as long as we stay below the Didact shields.
Where's the composer?
Close. I should be able to guide us to it.
You have not been composed. Such an operation should not be possible.
What on guys, my day, and welcome to a new video on Halo 4. Now, this is the last mission. It's called Midnight. Now, I have got to be careful because I don't... Oh, we got missiles. I didn't know that. Yeah, I've got to be a bit careful because I'm not very good at this part of the mission. As soon as we get past this like flying bit, it's just all these like close corridors and that. It's just a bit of a pain in the backside for me to fly around because I'm very like heavy-handed with my flying. So if I'm in like open area, it's fine. But if I'm good like with this, there's a load of obstacles and I'm basically flying close corridors. Or like these things just suddenly come and say hello and block my way. It's a bit of a pain. I don't really like it so much. But yeah, what I'm going to do is I'm actually just going to skip ahead in the video until we get to the main area of like fighting, because this is just, there's not really much, there's a lot of exposition and like dialogue going on here and it isn't really interesting. So and I'm probably going to die a lot as well, so I'm just going to skip ahead in the video until we get to the main open area. So we're back when I get to there. Alright, so we're in this open area. This is the area I want to talk about. That's not good. We need to take out these turrets. Yeah, I got it. I could theoretically just drive into them, but I don't really want to because that could end up just destroying me. Yeah, I got it. These are the, oh, this is the call for the particle cannons. Imagine I wish they could have done this. This was a thing in the Reclaimer, like just have one area where all the particle cannons are just like centralized around. That'd have been so much more useful instead of using me like massive huge railgun. Even though the actual railgun that did actually look pretty, it was actually pretty cool. I did enjoy using that. So yeah, I don't know. Maybe I don't know. Did I enjoy doing? Would I have enjoyed this more? No, probably not. I disagree.
That's the last one. Infinity, you're clear.
Roger that, Chief. You might want to back up a little. Main battery, fire!
Clean hit. We're proceeding to insertion.
Acknowledged. We'll be on station if you need us. Make sure you give the Didact our regards. Infinity out.
Chief, look out! I don't think this is going to end well! Now what do we do?
Plan B.
How is that just the Havoc mine? Like, is it just that? How is it like we've just been given like there's this massive like Havoc mine looking thing that's on the like fighter, and yet all we see is just this, that all the Chief has just picked out, which is this end bit, which is supposed to be the actual mine itself. Like, what's the need of the actual rest of it? Maybe it's just a massive rocket, maybe. I don't know. Because something that really irritates me a lot about Halo games, and not just Halo games, but other games in general, is that the weapons that you start with, or that you have in your hands, are not the same as the ones that you use in the cutscenes. Now, I was watching an interview with a few of the devs on Halo on Halo Infinite. It's now a 343 thing, and they were saying that the cutscenes are actually all rendered in game. So, because the question that was asked was, can you? Obviously, it's got a day and night cycle, but can the day and night cycle be seen in the cutscenes, or is it just a set day and night depending on when the cutscene's supposed to be set? And one of the devs was saying, well, that actually, because all of the cutscenes are actually done in engine, they're not actually like specified cutscenes. So because of that, that then means that everything that you see in the world will be there in the cutscenes, which one is cool anyway, because then you can see, you know, the dynamic lighting and the lighting thing. You could probably see the lighting change throughout the cutscene. Like if it's a relatively long cutscene, you could like start seeing the sun go down there. You can see the sun go down throughout the you could see the game itself like change its lighting as the cutscene goes, which I think is a pretty cool feature. But that could also mean that the same happens with weapons. So if let's say you're holding an AR, let's say you're holding an AR but in game, then the cutscene will then show you with an AR. If you're holding, let's say, an incineration cannon, assuming that gun's in the game, if you're holding an incineration cannon, let's say, for example, and you go into a cutscene, the cutscene is going to have Chief holding an incineration cannon, which I think is a really cool feature, because that's always something that really bothered me about Halo games. And again, it's not just Halo games, all games that do it as well, like Battlefront's another one. But it's just, there's no like consistency between your weapons that you're holding and there's no real consistency between the weapons that you're holding and the cutscenes, which again, it's minor things. Like it's nothing major, and it is just a little nitpick. And I know it is just to do with the way the cutscenes are formulated, you know. And I always have fun making it get like when I'm playing, let's say Halo, to have like you know, I'll try and before the cut, you know where the cutscenes are, so try and hold a weapon or get the weapon so it actually matches with the cutscene. You know, it's a fun little game, but it's a fun little game based off of something that's just a nuisance, you know, or something that just doesn't make sense in the actual game itself. And again, it's not the game developer's fault, because like it's not just Halo that this does it to. It happens to a lot of Halo, a lot of not just any kind of game, because that's just the way the engines are structured. You know, you can't have like, you can't have games change their you can't have games change the cutscenes, because the cutscenes are already pre-rendered videos. So that's the reason why it is a bit of a pain in the backside. I understand. But with Halo Infinite, if we are going to have cutscenes rendered in actual like real time game engine, then, and we sort of did see that a little bit. Like when we saw the gameplay demo, we did see that how seamless the transition between cutscene and game actually was, and that I was really excited for, because I thought, well, every game that I've seen, the transition is at least some part janky, and to see that actually be really smooth, that's something I was really excited for. And again, it's little things that make me excited, but it's things that actually count to me in a game. Like I love smoothness in a game, and I love that I love the seamlessness between cutscenes and games. And again, if it's done properly, you know, you can do it now even before this like in-rendered cutscenes, and if you do it properly. But not always is it done properly, and that's the reason why it struggles a bit. But it's still pretty good, and I do quite enjoy it. And again, it's a little nitpick really, and it doesn't really make that much of a difference. It's just a little something I noticed with games. I think, you know, now that they've solved that in Halo Infinite, can we see that a bit more in other games? And if we can, then all the better, because it's such a cool thing, you know. But anyway, again, enough of me rambling. I did this a lot. Yeah, I did this a lot last week with the Composer episode. Right, come on then. Let's shoot all these crawlers. What's going on down there? You can't really see. That's also a really weird perspective, because it actually feels like I'm upside down, but it's not. I'm probably just under Earth. Okay, that's what gravity does to you. But anyway, never mind. Right, right, let's move quickly. Right, more scatter shot ammo, more light rifle ammunition. I don't need anything else. We should be alright.
The Didact shielded himself inside the Composer.
It's here. Again, I made this point in the episode Reclaimer. No, in the mission Reclaimer. Why is everything so Cortana compatible? If everything was so Cortana compatible, the Didact probably would have won this by now. Right, let's move.
What did you just do?
I ejected my rampant personality spikes. If I do that in each of those beams, the copies can overwhelm the composer's shield.
Okay, so a bit like a virus then. Go away, Watcher. Not having you create more enemies for me to fight. There we go. I also love the music in this mission. I can't really hear it too well because I've got my music turned down. It's just for the purpose of so I can hear myself speak. Because if I've got my music up too loud, I can't really hear myself too well. So that's only the real main reason why. But I listen to this music when I'm playing this game on my own. Like at the moment, in my spare time, I'm basically achievement hunting in MCC. Like I've got, I think I'm on like 76% achievements, I think, at the moment. And that's basically what I'm doing. So a lot of the missions I basically have to do again myself because like I'm playing them consistently to try and get different achievements. But like the music in this mission is so good. I mean, the music in Halo anyway is so good, but I love the music in Halo. Like people bash 343. I mean, I love Bungie's score anyway, and it's a bit like John Williams who is Star Wars. Nothing can really beat it, but but a lot of people slate Halo like 343 for a lot of things, but I think their music and art style is one thing that you can't slate them for because it is so good. There's a lot of things. There's something about some things that 343 that people don't really like that I don't think you can really slate them for. One of them is how their games look. Like their games are so graphically intense. Like it's actually like mind blowing. You know, even Halo 4, like Halo 4 was what, like 8 years old now. Well, I think it's 9 years old actually in 2021. So it's nearly a decade old, and it's already a decade old. I'm just gonna get to my reviews in a minute. And yeah, it still looks so good. You know, Halo 5 in 4 years is going to be a decade old, and it looks mind blowing. It looks mind blowingly good, and that is what I love about 343's games, that they look so pretty and so beautiful even years later. You know, like Halo 3, I know Halo 3 is still a really good looking game. Like it's very vibrant and the colors that make the game look so good, but even all those years ago, even like 11 or 12 years on, it doesn't have that same push that 343's games do. And I don't know why. Maybe it is just like maybe it is just the different companies doing things differently. You know, Halo, like 343's Halos are often a lot more live action and a lot more like realistic, whereas Bungie's were often very much more like cartoony sort of thing. So but another thing that 343 do really well, which I don't think they get enough praise for, is their music score. The music score in Halo is so good, it's unreal. Like I love 343's music score, and even the music score in like Halo Forward Unto Dawn, which the review of it will be out soon once I've finished. So this episode is the last episode of the Halo 4 campaign. I'm not sure whether I'm going to do Halo Forward Unto Dawn review first, or whether I'm going to do the Spartan Ops campaign, like the Spartan Ops cutscenes I'm going to upload first. But I'll do one of them. But I'll talk in Halo Forward Unto Dawn, the reviews of that movie, how much I love the music score, you know, and it's just, and I'm really hyped for Halo Infinite for that same reason. So anyway, shield's down. Oh, he's activated it. No, Cortana. Come on, Chief. We need to move. We need to finish the mission. Let's go. Take the bomb to the core. Right, get out of the way, knights. Turns out I went actually where I was supposed to go. Right, come on. In here. Yeah, right, come on, Chief, come on. Let's move.
You persist too long after your own defeat. Come then, warrior. Have your resolution. So misguided. Humanity's imprisonment is a kindness.
In that case, you won't mind if we return the favor.
Your compassion for mankind is misplaced.
I'm not doing this for mankind.
Come on, Chief. Get up. Get up. Pull yourself up. Up. Climb. Can we get him? Can't really see it. Bye, Didact. Right, come on, Chief. Just do it. Cool, come on. Nearly there. Come on, nearly there, Chief.
Cortana. Cortana, do you read? Cortana, come in. How?
Oh, I'm the strangest thing you've seen all day?
But if we're here,
It worked. You did it. Just like you always do.
so how do we get out of here?
I'm not coming with you this time.
What?
Most of me is down there. I only held enough back to get you off the ship.
No. That's not... We go together.
It's already done.
I am not leaving you here.
John. so long to do that.
It was my job to take care of you.
We were supposed to take care of each other. And we did.
Cortana, please. Wait.
Welcome home, John.
Actual? Pelican 9-6er. We found him.
Mind if I join you?
Of course not, sir.
At ease, Chief. Feels kinda odd for you to call me sir. Beautiful, isn't she? I don't get to see her often enough. I grew up in New Harmony, attended Corbulo Military Academy. Never saw Earth in person until I was an adult, but I still think of her as home. You don't talk much, do you? Chief, I won't pretend to know how you feel. I mean, I've lost people I care about, but never anything like you're going through.
Our duty as soldiers is to protect humanity, whatever the cost.
You say that like soldiers and humanity are two different things. I mean, soldiers aren't machines. We're just people. I'll let you have the deck to yourself.
She said that to me once. About being a machine.
In this hour of victory, we taste only defeat. I ask why. We are forerunners, guardians of all that exists. The roots of the galaxy have grown deep under our careful tending. Where there is life, the wisdom of our countless generations has saturated the soil. Our strength is a luminous sun towards which all intelligence blossoms, and the impervious shelter beneath which it has prospered. I stand before you, accused of the sin of ensuring Forerunner ascendancy, of attempting to save us from this fate where we are forced to recede. Humanity stands as the greatest threat in the galaxy. Refusing to eradicate them is a fool's gambit. We squander eons in the darkness, while they seize our triumphs for their own. The mantle of responsibility for all things belongs to Forerunners alone. Think of my acts as you will, but do not doubt the reality. The reclamation has already begun, and we are hopeless to stop it.
So that is the end of Halo 4. Now there's a couple of points I just want to make in that for that epilogue. The first one is when Lasky talked about attending Corbulo Military Academy. I'm quite surprised Chief didn't, and maybe it was because he was still grieving for Cortana, but he was still happy to talk to Lasky anyway. But why he didn't turn around and say, yeah, I know, I was the one who rescued you, because we see that in Forward Unto Dawn. You know, and maybe Forward, it don't, for some reason, I'll talk about this when the review comes out, if it's not already out. But the Forward Unto Dawn doesn't really seem very canon. Like, I don't know whether it is or not. You know, there's certain parts of it, and again, if you've watched the review when it's out, you'll understand what I mean. But there's certain parts of it that just don't really add up to Halo 4's story. But again, we'll get to that later. We'll get to that in the actual video itself. But secondly, why is it that everyone was so shocked and wanted to see Master Chief take his armor off? Like, he's had that armor on since the start of Halo 2. He's not taken that armor off. Because if you think about it, so he put that armor on in Halo 2, right? And then at the end of Halo 2, he crashed into Earth, right? And then we got to Halo 3. Then at the end of Halo 3, he was in cryosleep for 4 years. And then he's worn that entire armor all the way through Halo 4. And he's just taking it off because he's basically had that armor on for the best part of, what, like 6 years? Like, that's a long time to wear the same thing. You know, I can't imagine how much he's sweating under that armor. And maybe the million of armor doesn't stop that sort of thing from happening. But, like, I don't know why people are so shocked about why he is taking his helmet off. Like, everybody is crowding around as if, like, it's a monumental moment, you know. But he's had that armor on since Halo 2. Like, that's a long time to have armor on. And it's not, like, because he's wanted to have that on. Like, he's had nowhere to take his armor off. Maybe he's taken his helmet off occasionally in between the games. But nowhere really is he actually taking his armor off. So, that's just another thing. Again, it's no nitpicks. But anyway, so, what do I think about Halo 4 overall? Like I said at the start of this Let's Play, Halo 4, well, not the start of this Let's Play, the start of this game in the first mission, Halo 4 is my least favourite Halo game, right? Now, I don't hate it by any means, so I don't want you to think that I do hate it, but the story of the Didact and the composer and the Forerunners and that, I'm not here for it. Like, the Forerunners always seemed to me in the original Halo games, the constructs of the galaxy, like the guardians of the galaxy, essentially. And then you have, like, you know, like 343 Guilty Spark and the other monitors, like Penitive Tangent and that, and Exuberant Witness, which we will see in Halo 5. I don't know what I'm going to do with Halo 5, but I'll get to that in a second. But there, and all we know about the Forerunners is from those monitors and various other bits and bobs that we've seen in between. Now, Halo 4 blows the Forerunners, like, into the forefront and turns them from being this mysterious, like, these mysterious beings to being the arch enemy in a Halo game. And while it's interesting to see, you know, and I like what the Didact was saying about how humanity is the greatest threat in the galaxy, which personally I actually do believe that humanity itself is. Now, I've said in the episode when we did the Commission Composer that I do really find it interesting about how we've suddenly become like the ability to explore the outside universe. But I know as well as a lot of other people how brutish the human race and how brutish humanity can be when doing certain things. And I fear that like let's say the Master Chief in Halo Combat Evolved, where the first thing he's taught to do when he sees the flood outbreak and then he meets Guilty Spark is to activate the ring, basically killing every sentient being in the galaxy. And that's the sort of thing that I mean. So when the Didact turns around and says that humanity stands as the greatest threat in the galaxy, I can understand what he means, you know. But so there's certainly, I do like the Didact as a character, but it's just this Forerunner story. I'm just not here for it. Like if what I think they should have done is swapped the game about a bit. So swap the stories back. There's 2 stories going on in this game. The main forefront is the Didact, the Forerunners, and the Composer. The second one that sort of pops every now and again throughout the game is Cortana's Rampancy. Now, if they switched that about and had Cortana's Rampancy be the biggest story, like the big storyline in this game, and you know that because of Cortana's Rampancy, it affects the way you move and it like causes you problems throughout the game, and then the actual missions that you've got to try and complete while you've got this problem with Cortana's Rampancy messing about with your systems is trying to defeat the Didact with the Composer. I would have enjoyed that a lot more, because the focus of their mission of the game then is on Chief and Cortana's relationship and how he knows that Cortana is failing. He's basically holding him back, but because he cares about Cortana so much, he's willing to put up with it because of that friendship. So in a way, like, I can sort of like understand why they've done it the way they've done it, but I would prefer if it was switched the other way around. And again, I don't hate this game by any means. I don't think I hate any Halo game. You know, Halo 5 even, like a lot of people say, oh, I hate Halo 5 with a burning passion. I don't. I quite enjoy it. I'm not, you know, the story was a bit naff in places, but I don't hate it. I just think it's, I mean, Halo 4 and 5 are nowhere near Bungie's games as far as story is concerned. So, and again, Halo 2 is my favourite game for the story, start to finish, really. But, and Halo 4 and 5 have not even touched it. But I wouldn't necessarily say they're bad games. I just think there's certain problems in there that do need to be sorted. So, yeah, so that's about all I have time for in this video here. Now that we've done Halo 4, the next game that we've got is Halo 5. Now, I'm not entirely sure how I'm going to do Halo 5. What I think I might do is, I want to see first of all if I can move my Xbox upstairs. Because if I can move my Xbox upstairs, I can then record it and then do live commentary along with it. What I might do though is I might just get the cutscenes and then like record the cutscenes on my Xbox and then just upload them to YouTube. I think that's what I might do. Anyway, but I'll think about that later. I've still got to upload Spartan Ops cutscenes and my review of Halo 4 Until Dawn. I'm not going to play through the Spartan Ops because they're just boring. The game, the missions themselves are just boring. It's just basically run around shooting enemies and that's it. So I'm not even going to bother with Spartan Ops. So anyway, I hope you guys have enjoyed this series so far. The next actual game, if I can't play Halo 5, I mean, Halo 5 will release on PC eventually. What I think is going to be is when Halo Infinite releases, they're going to release Halo 5 as a DLC for Infinite. And in that case, then I will do a gameplay on Halo 5 when it releases on PC. But the next actual official game that I know is coming to PC is Halo Infinite. So that's the next one we're going to do. So anyway, I hope you guys have enjoyed. If you did enjoy, don't forget to smash that like button, hit that subscribe button for more awesome gaming content. And I shall see you all later. Bye.